Hello all you beautiful people out there, what is going on? It's your friend Barry coming as fast with another Crucible video, and today we are going to be talking about top 5 tips that you guys can use to get ahead in the game mode Harvester command. So if you find this video helpful, useful, informative, and or all of the above, please consider dropping a like. That'll help me out a ton. Now let's get into the video. Harvester command is an 8 versus 8 game mode where the main goal is to command the harvesters, oddly enough. You also get points for securing kills, but controlling the harvesters will secure you more points at a faster rate if you do it correctly. The way this works is you have to have the majority of harvesters, and there are 5 on the map. So if you have one more harvester than the enemy has in your control, then you will get 1 point every 5 seconds or so. If you have 2 more than them, you'll get 2 points every 5 seconds or so on and so forth. Most of the time, you will control 2 harvesters, your enemy will control 2 harvesters, and there will be a large battle for the one in the middle, in the central area of the map. But if you manage to control 4 while they only control 1, you will be getting a whopping 3 points every 5 seconds, which will help you get ahead very, very quickly. Now, keeping this in mind, you also get points for getting kills. You'll get 1 point per kill. However, it's more efficient to try and get stronger harvester control than to just go out looking for kills. Obviously, if you run into somebody, you want to try and get those kills, but make sure you establish a decent amount of map control as well as you can when it comes to prioritizing these objectives. So, harvester control greater than kills is what I'm trying to get at. Now, that's your first tip in this video. Now, going hand in hand with this, you can watch the spawns very easily based off of which harvesters you control, because you spawn next to harvesters that you typically have under control. Or if the enemy does spawn on a harvester and you notice that it flips from blue to red, you know that somebody was just there, that there might be some people spawning from that direction. And so looking at your map is very important at all times, not only just to keep track of the events that will spawn and have timers on them, but also the spawns and knowing where the enemy is going to spawn and keeping track of those. And there's a lot to keep track of in an 8 versus 8 game mode. This is the more casual of the 3 game modes at launch, but this will still get you into the swing of things, and you'll be able to learn how to see the spawns and learn from the actions based off of your map. So pay attention to your map. You'll get a lot of information from that as well. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is that you want to farm only when it's absolutely efficient. This game goes very fast because there's 8 players on both sides. And so you do want to try and prioritize getting essence in the form of having the harvester controls, because when you control harvester, you get essence pumping for your whole team. But let's say you are playing Captain Mendoza, who is pretty decent at securing kills on the wildlife on the planet, and so you can get those kills very quickly, you can farm up quickly and efficiently, and you happen to spawn next to a couple of stompers, then yeah, sure, go ahead, get those kills, secure the essence. But farm when you only absolutely necessary, because kills and harvesters will end up being more worth in the long run for the game. Now, number 4 is you do want to be on the lookout for hives on the map. These giant beasts with multiple eyes that shoot out these flying squid things of death. You want to try and secure the essence that drops from them. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the one to kill it. You just have to run over the dead body that dropped all the essence. And in a certain gameplay, you'll notice me taking out the enemy that is currently working on a hive, and I end up swooping that essence for myself, as well as securing myself a couple of kills. The essence that hives drop is quite large. The amount is quite large, and it will help your team a ton. It almost gets you up an entire level, so you want to definitely kill the hives when they're up. It'll help you swing into those level advantages, especially when you're level 4 to level 5, when the levels mean a large difference. And Tip number 5 is that if you happen to find yourself alone, separated from the rest of your team, take this time to play objectives more so than just trying to run around and get kills, because in this game, number advantage is a really big deal, and you will have a hard time 1v2ing people unless you're already incredibly experienced over them. If you are alone, I recommend going to some isolated harvesters to try and capture those. Look at the events that are spawned on the map. Maybe you'll be able to find some amplifiers to take control of, whether they'll give you more damage or more health. But if you are together with your teammates, don't be afraid to take fights. The quicker you can take fights and the quicker you can execute your enemy, the more efficiently you can control the harvesters around the map. Keep in mind that this game mode does not have respawn timers, unlike the other game modes. And so if you do get a kill, yes, you get credit towards leveling up. You get credit towards winning the game, but they're not put on a respawn timer. So keep that in mind. It's not as crazy as killing someone in Heart of the Hives, for example. There are also these victory beacons, essentially these victory amplifiers. When you capture these, you will automatically get 5 points onto your score total, so look out for those as well. That's another objective that you can go for if you happen to be isolated from your teammates. And those are my top 5 tips for Harvester Command to get you started if you're just getting into the game. Of course, there's way more to it than that, and that's just going to come with playing the game, but this is what I noticed really helped me get off the ground, is paying attention to these things while playing Harvester Command, and I hope these tips will help you as well. If they did, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss another Crucible video. Don't forget to catch my live streams on twitch.tv/BritikHD each and every single day. Thanks so much for watching. As always, make sure to have a wonderful day. Peace.